This is a live presentation of the Ticats Audio Network. Are you ready? Ticats football is on the air.
Touchdown, Tiger Cats! Caught it! It's a touchdown!
Number 17, Luke Tasker, what a catch!
Now the voice of the Tiger Cats. Here is RJ Broadhead with analyst Luke Tasker.
Thanks for joining us on the Ticats Audio Network. We're hitting the halfway point of the season for the Tiger Cats. This is game number 9. The Ticats are 3-5, and they're hosting the Edmonton Elks, who are 0-9. Luke, when you're playing a team that hasn't won, that has a lot of talent, you need wins. You can't let this team come into your stadium and break that zero in the win column. This is one the Ticats have to have. Would you agree?
We used to say, keep a losing team losing. Unfortunately, both teams are saying that to themselves going into this one. That's just the reality of it. Ticats with 3 wins and looking for their 4th. RJ, a lot's gonna come down to turnovers. You got 2 teams who have really struggled giving the ball away and being inefficient at taking the ball away. 2 young quarterbacks. Classic recipe for some turnovers, and can one of these guys avoid that and move the ball down the field? From Taylor Powell on the Ticats side, I'm just going to look for a little bit of passing efficiency. Of course, as we'll get into this game, we got a new offensive coordinator in Hamilton. Scott Milanovic taking over the play calling for the young Taylor Powell.
Do you expect a lot of changes?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how much we're going to actually be able to perceive. You know, there's going to be a lot of leftover. There's going to be a lot of carryover as you don't install a brand new offense in 1 week, and certainly not with a young quarterback. So maybe we'll see a little bit of simplicity, which can sometimes lead to some freeing up these athletes on the field to go make their plays.
Well, the timing's pretty good. It was during a bye week, so Scott Milanovic had some time to implement a plan, and then it's a long week until their next game. They don't play until a week from Saturday, so there is some time here. But this game in the middle is an important win for the Tiger Cats. And you know the Elks will be at the top of their game. Kickoff is coming up from Tim Hortons Field. The Elks and the Tiger Cats. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Big game at Tim Hortons Field. It is hot, it's humid, it's about 24 degrees, feels a little warmer than that with the humidity. We might have some rain a little later on, but we will deal with that if it happens. Tiger Cats are in all black tops, black pants, the gold stripe on the pants, and the gold numbers. The Elks are in their yellow pants and white tops with the green numbers. Only one team can have gold tonight, and that'll be the Ticats.
That's right. Good classic uniforms, though, tonight. Really looks good. The black versus white. Dylan Wynn out at center field.
How would you like to face him?
Look at him.
Dylan Wynn's first game of the season, back from injury. He's got a snarl as he's fist bumping with the captains of the Edmonton Elks, and that has to send a message.
Orlando Steinauer sent out 5 very large humans to this coin toss. If you notice that.
Gordon White, Bailey Feltmate, Dylan Wynn, Brandon Revenberg, and Simone Lawrence. And Simone Lawrence just fist-bumping referee Andre Proulx. That put a smile on Andre Proux's face, and that is smart. Getting good with the referee early.
Gamesmanship, you know?
Yeah,
Simone,
get him on your side. That's a veteran move. Simone coming off a big game, had that forced fumble, had his first sack, had 11 tackles. He will try to build on that against his original team. He was acquired from the Elks a long time ago and has emerged as the Tiger Cats' all-time leading tackler. Here's the coin toss. Let's have a listen to referee Andre Proulx. I think we're having trouble with the audio, but we know how the fans feel about Andre Proulx. That's the referee's role.
Yeah.
And these are the 2 most penalized teams, so we will work on that Andre Proulx microphone because we might be needing it.
There you go. Edmonton to receive. And they're going to face into the wind to start this quarter. Wind coming off the mountain in Hamilton towards the north end zone.
Yeah, we haven't had wind very often at Tim Hortons Field. This is by far the most blustery it's been.
Yeah, we might get back to a classic Tim Hortons Field weather event tonight. We'll see how this progresses with wind and anything else that gets thrown at us here.
You didn't want to say rain, did
I
you?
didn't. Well, you botched it. we won't say the lightning word, though.
No. Well, we had one of those delays earlier this season in Ottawa, and the Tiger Cats were able to come out with a victory, so we know they can handle the delays. A lot to watch in this game. Scott Milanovic, the new offensive coordinator. The Tiger Cats coming off a bye. They've been very successful since the lost COVID season. The Tiger Cats have not lost a game. They've won every game out of the bye week, so they'd love to keep that going. And that East Division is very, very close. If the Tiger Cats can win this, Montreal and Ottawa play on Saturday, and that's a pick-em for who you want to win that game. This is important for the Tiger Cats to take care of their own fate. And the Elks, they won last time they were at Tim Hortons Field. That was well over a year ago last season, but they made a big second-half comeback. Tiger Cats, after the bye week, trying to get back on track. Mark Leggio, the opening kickoff with the wind. And C.J. Sims takes it at his own 15. He's across the 30, across the 35, and brought down just a little bit short of the 40-yard line.
Kyle Wilson, part of the linebacking crew for the Ticats, in there on this first tackle of the game, just short of the 40, like you said. We'll keep an eye with this wind. That the field position back and forth through the game is a fun metric to keep score of.
So Trey Ford, the quarterback for the Edmonton Elks, the Canadian, got his first start of the season last game. Got his first start in the CFL last time here at Tim Hortons Field. Elks won that game. That's his only CFL win to date. The defense digs in, and a handoff was probably expected. That's what Edmonton did against Winnipeg. Now Trey Ford's running. He's across the 40, gets to the 45, dives ahead, and he should be very close to a first down. We'll see where they spot the football.
4 receivers set to start the game. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. And the Ticats secondary covers it down very well. As the rush started to get in, Trey Ford got outside of that right edge. That was a pretty impressive move downfield there. Trey Ford looked like he was going to run out of bounds, and he put a foot in the ground and gained the first down. That was an impressive play by the quarterback.
Simone Lawrence made the tackle. Early opening quarter, the Edmonton Elks do get the first down there up to their own 49-yard line, and a flag flies. You did the addition really quick. And right away, second play of the game, we've got a penalty.
At 13 players on the field,
usually
this is a 5-yard penalty.
Usually,
still first down.
Sorry, Andre. Usually you get that, guys are switching too late. That they actually were in formation. They had 5 receivers to one side and 1 to the other and a running back. You can't do that.
How do you defend that?
Well, Chris Edwards was the first person on the field to notice it, I think, is from a Sam linebacker position. He's like, hey, there's 3 guys in front of me. What's going on? How is this possible?
Chris Edwards, he's had a big season for the Tiger Cats. Second in tackles, has 4 quarterback sacks. He's second in that category. One of 2 defensive players on the Tiger Cats with a touchdown. Stavros Katsantonis the other. Trey Ford is running. There was no doubt about this. Took 1 step back and then ran up the middle. It was a 1st and 15, and he'll get maybe close to half of what he needed for the first down.
Design quarterback draw there. Trey Ford with the second run of the game on the second play here. And I don't want to go. It doesn't go unsaid. I mean, that losing team. You got the 2 most penalized teams here, and the second play of the game, you've got a wrong personnel out there. I mean, that's the kind of things that losing teams struggle with. You can't hurting yourself with those totally unnecessary penalties. But they got half of it back, so a 2nd and 7 here.
2 plays, 2 Trey Ford runs. It's 2nd and 7, as Luke mentioned. Empty backfield. Ford, he's going to run again. He's across midfield. He's going to get the first. Well, will he get the first down? He tried to dive, and Richard Leonard is still pushing Trey Ford back. That will be very close. I think they're giving it to Ford, but Richard Leonard very nearly stopped him.
3 plays, 3 runs by Trey Ford. This one was a pass play, and he escaped the pocket straight up the field. And at the end, Richard Leonard just not gonna not going to go backwards on that tackle. Trey Ford's already taken a few hits.
Yeah, he has been willing to take the hits, but it's been all Trey Ford so far for the Elks. They've got a couple of first downs out of it. This time they hand it off to Kevin Brown, and the Tiger Cats defense was ready for that. The defensive line stops Brown, and he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Malik Carney right in the middle of it.
Ticats have got things covered down very, very tightly right now. Mark Washington so far is playing an aggressive, take out the space defense. You can see some man coverages. They have not been able to pass the ball yet. Edmonton, that is. And it'll be interesting. This is aggressive. A tight man coverage defense.
Legal procedure, no end. Edmonton.
So
2 position penalties for the Elks.
Pre-snap lineup penalties.
Yeah.
Twice. That was your fifth time lining up on the ball for the game, and 2 times you have a pre-snap penalty. I mean, this is just Chris Jones on the sidelines.
There is no infraction on the play.
Okay.
Edmonton number 59 checked in.
Okay.
All right.
Take it back.
So they only have the 1 lineup infraction.
That's right.
Very close.
They got
to
a
2.
half yard on that play, so it's second and 9.5, just past the Hamilton 50 here. And as I was saying, I mean, the Ticats are playing a really, really aggressive up-front defense. They're taking out the space right away. Leads for some exciting plays. Let's see what comes of it.
3 defensive linemen for the Tiger Cats. They're expecting a pass, as you would. And Trey Ford is back to pass. He throws for the first time in the game and completes it to Eugene Lewis, who's back after missing 6 games, played in the first 2 for the Elks, makes a reception, but he's going to be short of the first down, and the Elks are into the win, so this is probably going to be a punt.
Looks like they're keeping Trey Ford on the field.
3rd and 3, they're going to go for it.
Let's see. Julian Jake would be the punter for Edmonton, and they're going to keep him on the sidelines here. All right.
Well, let's see what happens here. This is a confident move for Chris Jones, opening possession. So Lawrence Woods is hovering back. He thought there was going to be a punt. And they do snap the ball. Ford throws deep down the far sideline. It is not caught. Eugene Lewis. Boy, there was a moment or two where it looked like he might have caught that football. The Elks gamble. They go deep to Eugene Lewis. He does have a history of haunting the Tiger Cats. Could not make that catch. They turn the ball over on downs. Tiger Cats will take over on their own 43 for their first possession when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. The Tiger Cats were able to stop the Elks on the first possession. They gambled 3rd and 3, went deep, could not complete the pass to Eugene Lewis. So the Tiger Cats take over on their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, pretty bold play there. 3rd and 3, not an easy play, and that was their second pass of the game, that attempt.
Keandre Smith out wide to the right of Taylor Powell, and Anthony Johnson out wide left. And now Tim White and Duke Williams both roll to the right as well. And there's Taylor Powell, completes a pass to Tim White. A lot of people were wondering if Tim White would be involved a lot more. Very first pass, it's complete for about 5 yards.
Yeah, it's sort of a designed easy play there. Scott Milanovic just getting it to Tim White right away. You know, Powell moving to his right out of the pocket, and Tim White also moving right to the flat route.
So they're going to say 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 here for the Tiger Cats from their own 47-yard line. James Butler to the left of Taylor Powell. Powell stomps his right leg, play action, stays in the pocket, throws over the middle, it's complete, it's caught by Duke Williams, stays on his feet, gets across the 45, and almost to the Elks 40-yard line. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Wow. All about timing there, and there's just not much space. Duke Williams sort of slipping behind the linebackers, and a really, really great job to stay on the run while he makes that catch. It's so easy as a wide receiver to just slide and make that catch, and Duke stays on his feet. That was really, really well done. Good throw by Powell.
14th second down reception by Duke Williams this season. That leads the team. Now onto the Montreal 42. Here's James Butler with his first touch. Gets past the line and battles for about 2 or 3 yards. James Butler used sparingly of late, more as a receiver. Caught the most passes in the last game, but a lot of short passes to James Butler. In comes Tyreek McAllister. Another 2nd and 6 here for the Tiger Cats. They are with the wind, so should be within Mark Leggio range already. First possession for the Tiger Cats. They're on the Edmonton 38-yard line. Powell back to pass, trying to convert another 2nd down. He's under pressure. They got him. They sack him, and that will push the Tiger Cats back a little bit. The sack by Niles Morgan, the Elks' leading tackler this season.
Now the wind at the Ticats back. This will be something like a 48, 49-yard field goal. Mark Leggio well within his range. Pretty consistently helpful wind here. They were trying to set up Duke Williams on a crossing route onto the right there, but no time for Powell to get his eyes to that side.
So you're bang on, Luke. About a 49-yard field goal attempt for Mark Leggio with the win. The kick is up. It is off the upright and no good. So a field goal miss for the Tiger Cats. The second in as many games for Mark Leggio, and this game is still 0-0. 7:53, almost midway through the opening quarter. Elks will have the ball when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network. No score between Edmonton and Hamilton at Tim Hortons Field. Tiger Cats, a lot has happened again, Luke, in this opening quarter. Tiger Cats still have just 1 touchdown in the first quarter this season and 19 points total. Mark Leggio did not make the 49-yard field goal attempt. Off the upright. The Elks on their first possession, they made it entertaining, going with a 3rd and 3 gamble that they did not convert. So they'll start this drive on their own 30. Tim Hortons Field, pretty good crowd considering the forecast isn't looking promising. They're getting loud for this defense. Handoff goes to Brown. This is a better run than his first one. He's staying on his feet, trying to battle for a few extra yards. Gets up to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line.
These teams are struggling in a lot of the statistical categories across the league, but the Elks, on average yards per run attempt, they're actually in the top half of the league, and you can see right there, that's a really strong first down run by Brown. Muscled his way to a 6-yard gain. 6 yards on first down is a very doable, puts you in a very doable second down distance.
I saw a replay, Luke. Malik Carney was held, which opened up that hole, so that helped Kevin Brown for sure. 2nd and 4 from the 36. This is Shannon Brooks this time, and he will dive across the 40, and officials are saying it's a first down. Just enough to get the first down. The Elks have done a lot of running the ball in this game, Luke. Just
That's right.
2 pass attempts.
I was going to say, they're having some decent success with Trey Ford, and then the combination of these 2 running backs early in this first quarter. Not much through the air yet.
Up to their own 40 now. Just over 6 minutes to go, opening quarter. There is no score yet. Trey Ford, play action, rolls to his right. Looking, throws on the run. He has an open receiver. It is caught by Dylan Mitchell. Was he in bounds? The officials say he was, so it's another first down, and it looks like the Elks are down to the Hamilton 50.
That was actually pretty impressive by Trey Ford there. It looked like he was going to take off on the run. Then he had his check down open, and clearly he saw Mitchell developing downfield because he was patient enough to wait for that to get open. Mitchell, boy, he made that one as close as could possibly be. He stepped on the white paint a fraction of a second after catching that.
So just as we talk about the Elks not passing very much, they do, and they get a big gain. Down to the Hamilton 50, fresh set of downs. Again, play action, and it's thrown. Kyron Moore makes the catch, but tackled immediately by Richard Leonard, who's had an aggressive start. to this game.
Yeah, man coverage. Kyron Moore starts on the Edmonton left side of the formation, which was the field, and motions a very fast motion left to right, trying to get an advantage pre-snap on the leverage to his flat route, but Richard Leonard did not allow that to develop and was up to make the tackle just for a yard gain. Great play by 23.
So 2nd and 9, up to the Hamilton 49. Elks are going into the wind in this opening quarter. 3 receivers to the right for Trey Ford. He throws in that direction, has an open receiver. It is caught. A little short of the 40, won't be enough for the first down. That's Emmanuel Arsenault, who keeps his streak going.
Yep. A catch in every single start for what is now 135 games. Pretty impressive. That is a pretty impressive number.
That's Luke Tasker numbers.
Many more games than I actually ever played, believe it or not. I did have 2 games without a catch, 2 starts without a catch, actually, unfortunately. One being my last game ever.
Oh, no.
I know, yeah.
Did they know it was your last game?
Well, I guess not. No,
yeah, otherwise they would have targeted you. They're going for it again. 3rd and 1, and diving ahead. Let's see what the officials say. This would be huge for the Tiger Cats if they could get another stop on 3rd down, but they don't. It is another first down. Taylor Cornelius came in for the short yardage. Cornelius is 6'5", so you give him a yard and 6'5", that's tough to stop.
Yeah, sure is. Trey Ford has looked pretty good to me early in this game. I like the throws that he's made. Of course, you get the incompletion on the 3rd and 3 on their first drive, but they've moved the ball downfield with a nice combination and a rhythm between pass and run.
Now they're on the Hamilton 40. This drive started on the Edmonton 30. 4 receivers to the field side, and it's thrown that direction. Caught by Kyron Moore, and Casey Sales gets over there to make the tackle. He is just a little bit short of the 30. That's where he needed to get to for the first down, but he'll be a yard or 2 short.
Yeah, nice little setup wide receiver screen to the left there. Somehow the Elks pre-snap, they worked 5 receivers over that way, 4 blockers and a running back, and really well executed.
Kyron Moore with his 2nd reception under 3 minutes to go. Opening quarter. Elks into the win. They are in field goal range now. It's a 2nd and 2 from the Hamilton 32. Trey Ford hands it off to Kevin Brown. He's tripped up immediately and tries to dive ahead to get to the first down. I think he might be a little bit short. Another 3rd and short here for the Elks.
Cornelius coming back on the field. The unfortunate thing is the wind advantage is sort of getting eaten up here, right? The Ticats have just had their 1 drive on the field. Amazingly, there's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. I feel like we just started.
Yeah.
But the Elks have really done a great job of maintaining ball possession here.
Tiger Cats in their all blacks. They dig in on the defensive line, trying to stop Cornelius. He dives ahead. Simone Lawrence pushed him back, but they only needed to get to the 30. It is enough for the first down, and the Elks keep this drive going. Now up to the Hamilton 29-yard line. It's a great point, Luke, that the Elks have dominated time of possession. Hamilton had the ball once, had a chance for a field goal, went off the upright. First downs in this opening quarter. Edmonton has 5, Hamilton just 1. Minute 20 to go in the opening quarter. Clock is running. 1st and 10 from the Hamilton 29. Trey Ford back, looking in zone. He's got Stephen Dunbar over the middle. It's a touchdown. The former Tiger Cat catches the touchdown, and the Elks go ahead early in this one.
Casey Sales, Javian Elliott putting pressure on, and Trey Ford takes a hit right as he gets rid of that ball. A seam right literally up the middle of the field between the hashes to the former Tiger Cat. This Edmonton team has some fire out here tonight. Really great route there by Stephen Dunbar Jr. Draws Katsantonis from his free safety position down into the coverage, what looks like a crossing route, and then puts a foot in the ground and puts a stem of his route right up the middle of the field. Good play there by the Elks.
So the Elks will try for the extra point. Dean Faithful, it's up and it's good. So Stephen Dunbar, no stranger to touchdowns at Tim Hortons Field. This time he does it in a different uniform. Puts the Elks ahead 7-0 with just under a minute to go in the opening quarter. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats have fallen behind. In this one, the Elks with Stephen Dunbar getting a touchdown, the first score of the game. Tiger Cats only have had one possession in the game, so the Elks really had the football for a long time into the wind. Tiger Cats with the wind in this opening quarter. That will change shortly. 58 seconds to go in quarter number one. Tyreek McAllister. This is a short kickoff. It won't go to Tyreek McAllister. Instead, it's Sean Thomas Erlington finally getting the football in his hands, and he looks healthy, spinning his way past the 50, close to midfield, 16 yards.
Nice return.
That return for Sean Thomas Erlington. I know Ticats fans want to see him with the football more. Look good there. Tiger Cats offense coming on the field. We'll take another break with 50 seconds to go in the opening quarter. It's 7-0 Elks. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field. Overcast, warm, humid, still in the opening quarter. Tiger Cats get the ball on their 53 after the Sean Thomas Erlington kickoff return. James Butler makes a cut. Oh, he's broken this one. He's across the 40, the 30. It's a foot race. They bring him down at the 15, and a flag flies. James Butler, there's an explosive play.
Wow. Broke through the line of scrimmage after a slight delay, and then exploded through that linebacking core and into the secondary for a 40-yard gain.
42
to be exact, Luke. First down presented by Active Green and Ross.
Unnecessary roughness or scholar tackle. Edmonton number 11. Half the distance to the goal and a first down.
Ed Gainey, former Ticat, again with a costly penalty. Tack on another 7 or so yards to that. James Butler, we were wondering, would we see more of him tonight? He had a great game against Edmonton out west early this year. That was a really, really big run.
42 yards is a couple of games combined for James Butler previously, so he gets a huge gain there. Down to the 7. Tiger Cats trying to answer. It's right back in the arms of James Butler, and he tried to get around the outside, and he could not do it. Hanging off of him was Tony Jones, who got a grip around the hips of Butler. Butler wouldn't go down, but Jones wouldn't let go, and the other Elks finally caught up.
Boy, a negative play when you get inside the 10-yard line is hard to bounce back from. We'll see here. This is a big 8-yard play for Taylor Powell.
These are the plays the Tiger Cats have to cash in on, Luke. They've settled for field goals too many times inside the 10. This is the final play of the opening quarter. High snap. Powell hauls it in. He's under pressure. Has to roll to his left. Still under pressure. Throws on the run. Completes it to Felix Gauthier. And his forward momentum will put the Tiger Cats down to the 2. So we'll have to see what the Tiger Cats choose to do. They'll have a little bit of time to think about it because we're going to have to take a commercial break. It's the end of the opening quarter. Officially, after one quarter, the Elks lead 7-0. The Tiger Cats should get some points when we come back. We'll just have to wait and see how many. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Start of the second quarter. It is 3rd and 2, and Coach O is going for it. Tiger Cats have settled too often for field goals when they're so close to the end zone, and later in the game it seems to have come back to haunt them. Let's see if they can punch this in from the 2-yard line. Taylor Powell under center, right behind David Beard. 3 receivers to his left. It's a handoff to James Butler. He runs straight up the middle. Touchdown, Tiger Cats! It pays off. The third down gamble. It's a touchdown presented by Terkstra Lumber. And how about this choreographed dance? They've been waiting for this one at Tim Hortons Field.
I think it's the old Remember the Titans choreographed dance. Very cool. I love the play call. Not set up in a heavy run. They still had 3-4 wide receivers in the game motioning around, then adding into the blocking at the end. Duke Williams coming back to seal off the back edge of that block. And James Butler right up the left side of the line there and in for the touchdown.
Coulter Woodmansey, a nice block to open that hole for James Butler. That's his 5th touchdown of the season, leads the Tiger Cats. Mark Leggio on to tie this game. Leggio's convert is no good. He missed it. Missed it to the right. And so it'll be the Elks still ahead, 7-6. The missed converts.
Wow, yeah, it's been an ongoing issue for the Tiger Cats. And you have a missed field goal with the wind to start the game that bounced off the left upright. Boy, you hate to see those missed points early, and you never know how the game progresses.
Well, 6 for 10 on converts for Mark Leggio this season.
Yeah, not what you want to see.
Also has a missed field goal in this game, so there's 4 points that the Tiger Cats have left on the table. Early second quarter, both teams have a touchdown. The Elks converted theirs, so they lead by a point. Tiger Cats will kick off to the Elks into the wind. CJ Sims, the usual returner for the Elks. Gavin Cobb also back there. Tiger Cats spread out after a quick chat with Mark Leggio. And Leggio kicks it off, and this is very short. This is at the Edmonton 45. And they'll get ahead just across their 50. So that kickoff got hung up in the wind. It was actually running back Shannon Brooks who got that one. And great starting field position for the Elks with the wind.
Patrick Burke Jr. in there on the tackle. And you can see, the kickoffs may be the best example of how bad this wind is. Both the last kickoffs, one by Edmonton before the change of the quarter and now by Leggio, have really been totally different style kicks, hanging it up in the air, trying to get non-ball carriers to catch the football, but great field position for Edmonton.
Trey Ford, 5 for 6, 65 yards. Hands it off, and Kevin Brown has his biggest run of the game. He'll be close to a first down. Looks like he got about 9 yards on that carry.
So there you go. Elks are already across that center line here, almost to the Hamilton 50-yard line. It just changes everything about a football game when you're not forced to drive the field. You're already winning. Even if you can't get this first down, you're going to be able to pin Hamilton way deep. And unfortunately, the Ticats really weren't able to take advantage of their wind quarter very much. They got the touchdown there at the end of that drive, but
this is what you love, Luke. Second and short. Cornelius in. They go deep. It is caught. Chris Edwards, the only chance to prevent a touchdown. A.C. Leonard.
Wow.
A.C. Leonard, the defensive lineman, makes the catch.
Not an easy catch either. That was really impressive. And RJ, you said it. I do love that play, and Edmonton really executed so well. Cornelius under center, obvious short yardage. He's going to sneak it, and no, you have your defensive end go on a seam route up the middle,
make a one-handed catch,
and make a one-handed catch. Just what a play by the Elks. They're down, knocking on the goal line against Hamilton.
Oh yeah, they're down to the 6 now. It's handed off to Kevin Brown. Now the Tiger Cats all bunch up to stop him at maybe the 3-yard line. We'll see where they spot it, but he got a couple of yards out of it. Be second and goal from the 2.
Wow, I mean, you can see what this Elks team is trying to do to get their first win of the season. You're going forward on a 3rd and 3, throwing a deep ball earlier in this game. That did not result in a first down. You've got your fake short yardage on second and short. AC Leonard back on the field right now for the second and short.
What is happening? So another second and short. Cornelius dives ahead.
So that's second and short, but on the 2-yard line. So it's, because it's second and goal, we should say, on the 2-yard line. So, you're now they did not get into the end zone on that attempt.
They got a yard, so now it's
probably going to line it up again here.
3rd and goal from the 1.
Yeah. Boy, just what an aggressive play call. I mean, this is a team who's pulling out the stops.
Yeah, but you say it all the time to me on second and short.
Thank you.
Why don't teams go for that play? You can get the first down on the 3rd and short. Try it, and the Elks did.
And I love the fake setup, too. I think sometimes you can go for it, run a regular play. But
well, you wouldn't expect AC Leonard either. Cornelius dives to his right, reaches, and he's got it. He's got the touchdown at 6'5", a yard out. That is a big reach for Cornelius, and now the Elks, they are up 13-6 with another point on the line here as they'll go for the convert.
Yeah, and that was a great time to call that play. That's the kind of thing that as an offense you've talked about it, you've lined it up throughout all the weeks, and you don't get in a situation where you want to do it. And they were ready for it when it was time. It was second and just inches, or second and less than a yard, and they called their wild card play, and it worked out for them. That's points well deserved. They took the risk and executed.
Dean Faithful attempting the convert, and it's good. So he's hit both converts. It's now 14-6. Elks lead the Tiger Cats at Tim Hortons Field. 10.5 minutes to go in the opening half. We'll take a break and be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field under the lights. Ticats taking this kickoff after another Elks touchdown. It's a 14-6 Edmonton lead, and this is Sean Thomas Erlington again, and he'll spin his way up to the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football. Tiger Cats got the touchdown on their last possession. They'll have a long field to go, but they need to answer this Edmonton touchdown that just happened.
Yeah, you're fighting the field position battle now, too. Tyreek McAllister was deep, and great kick there by Dean Faithful away from McAllister, making Sean Thomas Erlington sprint backwards to field the ball, and it's always hard to gather yourself and get back into the timing of the return there, and only able to bring that back to the 20-yard line.
McAllister hasn't touched the ball yet. Taylor Powell from his own 20. Butler there to block, throws to his left. Tim White dives and makes the catch. Looks like a gain of about 6 or 7.
Yeah, good job. I mean, he's an out route coming back to the ball, and like you said, he lays out to make sure he secures that catch there before running out of bounds.
Tim White with 2 receptions early in the second quarter, matches his total from last game. It's now 2nd and 4 from the Hamilton 26. Another important second down conversion into the wind. Taylor Powell throws. It is dropped. Anthony Johnson, his first game back, and he would have had enough for the first down, but he could not make the catch. And the Tiger Cats are going to have to punt, and they've got Corey Vedvik, who will be their punter, into the wind.
Good route there, a square in at 5 yards. Like you said, he had enough for the first. Right back into the game, drops that. He's in the lineup tonight for Terry Godwin, who is missing from the Ticats lineup and has been their most productive receiver. That's a big drop there, and unfortunately, this punt is not going to be able to go that far. In fact,
Yeah, Sims is standing on his own 30. This is the first punt by either team tonight. And there's just over 9 minutes to go in the half. Corey Vedvik from Norway. He spent time in the CFL. Pretty good first punt as a Tiger Cat into the wind, and Sims going to the outside. He caught it right at about the numbers, and Tiger Cats down there with Carthel, Flowers, Lloyd, and Nick Cross, two great special teams tacklers. They limit the return of just 4 yards, but still pretty good starting field position for the Elks with 8:58 to go in the half. Edmonton leads 14-6. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. 8:58 to go in the opening half. Elks lead the Tiger Cats 14-6. Elks had a big lead last week against Winnipeg, 22-0 at home, and the Bombers were able to come back in that one. So Elks will start from their own 44. They have the wind with them in the second quarter. Trey Ford's been really good, 5 for 6, 65 yards. He's thrown a touchdown. He's run for 28 yards himself. Ford wears number 2 for the Elks. There's the snap. Empty backfield. Ford stays in the pocket. Open receiver right over the middle. It's Stephen Dunbar, and he's down into Hamilton territory, into the red zone, inside the 20. It's another huge play from the Elks.
Similar to his touchdown going the other direction, Dunbar Jr.'s on the right side of his offense, stutters on a little out route, and then all the way across the field, this time on Javian Elliott. His touchdown with Stavros Katsantonis. Always hard to see a guy who used to wear the black and gold then have a great night in Hamilton here.
He is having a great night, up to 76 yards receiving on 2 catches, has a touchdown, and the Elks are on the Hamilton 19 with the win. It's a handoff to Brown, fakes to the outside, then cuts up the middle, drags Jameer Thurman for about a yard and gets down to the 10. Looks like he did get to the 9. Needed the 9 for the first down. It is a first down, so it'll be first and goal from the Hamilton 9. Edmonton was shut out 27-0 by BC. Since then, in the last 5+ quarters, they've scored 43 points. And they might be getting more here. Just under 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the opening half. Elks are up by 8 right now. They're on the Hamilton 9-yard line. Trey Ford looking end zone. Now he has to run, and runs to his right. Throws to the end zone, wide open. It's Stephen Dunbar. His second touchdown of the game. And the Elks extend their lead. It's now 20-6 with a convert coming up.
Well, this comes down, Trey Ford is doing a great job of creating space in the backfield. He's not getting pressured into tight spots. It looks like this play was going to form over to Trey Ford's left, and he escapes the pocket. And Dunbar Jr. able to just find a cozy little space there right inside the goal line. And you're right, RJ, it looks like he's kind of sitting there by himself by the time it was all said and done. But that's, if a quarterback can extend the play long enough, it's really hard for a defensive secondary to keep their shape.
Dean Faithful steps up and hits the convert, so it's now 21-6. The Elks leading the Tiger Cats at Tim Hortons Field. There's 6:51 to go in the opening half. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats have dug a hole. They're down 21-6. Just under 7 minutes to go in the opening half. Stephen Dunbar has 2 touchdowns for the Elks. He came into the game with 1 on the season. He never had a 2-touchdown game with the Tiger Cats. So he is having a huge game tonight against his former club. 85 yards receiving and those 2 touchdowns. Here's Sean Thomas Erlington again as the returner, and he'll get across the 25, a little bit short of the 30.
Faithful doing a good job of keeping the ball out of Tyreek McAllister's hands, right? I mean,
they're showing him respect.
That's the third return we've seen by Sean Thomas Erlington, who's, you know, your second man returner. He's setting up to block for this return and then has to retreat out of that, get out of that to go find the ball, which is kicked his direction. And again, not great field position here for Taylor Powell.
Beginning from their own 28-yard line. Scott Milanovic calling the plays for the Tiger Cats. 6.5 minutes to go opening half. Tiger Cats have to get going here on offense. They've got a lot of movement. It's a handoff to James Butler. He's looking for a hole. Gets a little bit of one and maybe halfway to the first down with 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, contact started early, but James Butler able to kind of tumble his way forward. Not a beautiful 5 yards, but the look doesn't matter. 5 is 5.
Yes.
And actually, this is just shy of 5.
They don't ask how, just how many.
That's right.
Got to get the crowd back into this. Tiger Cats offense has to be rolling here. 2nd and 6 from the 32. Empty backfield, 3 receivers either side. Taylor Powell. Pressure coming, stays in the pocket. Pressure coming, he's flushed out. Now has to roll to his right, looking for someone open. Right near that first down marker, it's Tim White. He's got the first down and a little bit more. The ball popped loose. The officials immediately say Tim White was down. So the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
That was a spread formation, empty. 3 receivers and 3 receivers. James Butler was actually one of the slots spread out, and he came across on a drag route and was left wide open, but Taylor Powell had already been flushed from the pocket, and that was all Powell making time and space for himself till he could find Tim White at the first down marker.
Tim White has caught 3 passes. That's the most for the Tiger Cats. Very first CFL pass by Taylor Powell was a touchdown pass against the Elks. That was to Tim White. Taylor Powell, play action, pressure coming. They got him this time, and he's thrown down pretty aggressively. And the somersault follows from Jake Serezna, who gets the sack and the somersault. And a big loss here for the Tiger Cats. That'll push them back 5 or 6.
Yeah, boy, that is tough. That was a big body set in the game. That means you have an extra lineman and the fullback in the game to add into that protection. And unfortunately, still that pressure by Edmonton enough to get Taylor Powell on the ground.
So a tough 2nd and really long. 2nd and 16 from their own 36. 3 receivers to the right of Taylor Powell. That's the boundary side. Powell looks that direction, and he'll do the check down to James Butler. Gets across the 40, the 45, the 50. Needed to get to maybe the 52. He didn't. But he put a scare into the first down. It'll be 3rd down for the Tiger Cats. Let's see the official spot here.
Wow. What a play. James Butler, great effort after the catch, fighting off tackles to get as close as he can. And it looks like, I don't know, RJ, a little more than a yard.
Yeah.
And you're on your own 50.
Tiger Cats are going for it.
Yeah, there's no question. They sent them out right away. That's Dayton Black takes the field quickly for this big body set. This is a big one. This is a big 3rd down.
Taylor Powell staying in. He's in the shotgun. So 2nd and a little, or rather 3rd and a little over a yard. Cutting in front was Anthony Johnson. The handoff goes to James Butler. He gets across the 50. And I think you're right, Luke. I think he did get enough. The Elks are saying no, but the officials say it is a first down, and that's who matters. It's a first down. Presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. They remain in possession of the football. Gutsy call by Coach O. It pays off, and we're at the 3-minute warning. Opening half, Elks leading 21-6. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. 3 minutes to go, opening half. Tiger Cats into the wind. The wind has died down a little bit here at Tim Hortons Field. Elks lead 21-6. Important for the Tiger Cats to get some points, and a gamble on 3rd and just over a yard paid off. Tiger Cats fresh set of downs. They're up to their own 53, trying to get across midfield. Taylor Powell in the game has gone 6 for 7, 62 yards. His longest pass, 21 yards to Duke Williams. High snap, play action to Butler. Elks are on Powell, and he throws this ball. He rolls it underhand, and it is a scramble for the football, but the Elks are celebrating that they have it. We'll see what Andre Prue says. Powell was being tracked down from behind. I think he was trying to throw that ball. It was an underhand motion, and the Elks have it.
They're calling it a turnover. and they're calling it a fumble. It was a throwing motion, but it depends when the ball came out of his hands.
Well,
no.
Yeah, they had him roped, and it looked like he was trying to throw it underhand, but his arm was just caught and stripped. Ed Gainey coming from behind. Powell never saw him, and it's a turnover for the Tiger Cats. Now the Elks have it on their own 53 with the win, with lots of time. They keep it on the ground. Kevin Brown is tackled for a loss. Kyle Wilson with a big tackle for the defense.
Love the speed that Kyle Wilson plays with. He gets into the backfield playing at a will linebacker position here for this defensive formation. Strips that block easily right there for the tackle. What a huge turnover that was for the Ticats. After they came back from what was a 2nd and 16, overcame that, got the sticks moved, and turnover right at midfield.
Well, the defense is trying to do their part. A loss on first down, so it's 2nd and 13. Pushes the Elks back, and a check down to Brown. Tunde Adeleke trying to get over there. Kyle Wilson there, Javian Elliott, and they will stop the Elks right around midfield, which is nowhere close to the first down. Ball on the Hamilton 54. And wind not strong enough to try anything crazy here, so the Elks will be punting. Jake Julian coming on. Tyreek McAllister should finally get a touch here, Luke. He's standing back on his own 10. Elks will take as much time as they can. 3 seconds on the play clock. And wow. I thought that hit zeros, but they get the play away, and it is a good kick to McAllister. It's outside the numbers. He tries to cut back in. They'll be just a little bit short of the 20 as the Elks had pretty good coverage on that punt.
Well, you're right, RJ. I mean, the play clock was at 0. We have a great vantage point of that up here, but okay, well that being that as it may, the Ticats ball on their own 20 here, and again a long field to drive, and now we're already inside 2 minutes left in the half. This game is just rolling along here, but that turnover just really costly. It's not that we haven't seen offensive production. We've seen a little bit. James Butler looking really, really good, making an impact both receiving and running, but you got to take advantage of the yards that you've earned. See what Taylor Powell can do with a minute 39. 4
receivers, Luke, on the field side. That's to the left of Taylor Powell. Starting from their own 20, and Powell throws, completes it to Tim White. He'll get across the 30. It's enough for a first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Taylor Powell and Tim White with a little bit of connection tonight.
It's good to see Tim White involved more in the offense. He's their leading receiver past couple of seasons, most outstanding player for the Tiger Cats last season. Ball up to the 32-yard line. Powell stays in the pocket. Here's Duke Williams cutting across the middle, makes the catch, and he'll have 5 or 6 on that reception. His second catch of the game. Minute 20 on the clock.
This is kind of a muddle huddle offense. It's kind of not exactly hurry up, but you're trying to move at a pretty good, efficient pace here.
Let's see how the muddle huddle works out for the Tiger Cats. 2nd and 5 from their own 37 into the wind, trailing 21-6. Powell with time, then takes a step to his right and finds James Butler. He's across the 40, dives ahead. He'll get close to the 45-yard line. It is good enough for another first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Just over a minute to go in the half. Tiger Cats a little quicker this time, but Andre Prue blows the whistle. Looks like there's an injured Elk.
Probably a cramp or something like that, but this is good. I mean, that's 25 yards on 35 seconds there. Nice, efficient yards there. You know, a lot of this first half has been Taylor Powell getting pressured pretty quickly. The pocket has not stayed there for him very long, and but he is finding his way to checkdowns, which you got to avoid as a quarterback as that happens, and as you're feeling rushed every play you get the ball, you feel like you don't have any time. you got to stop yourself from forcing that ball downfield that's not quite there yet, from throwing that ball that you can't quite see. And Taylor Powell's doing that right now. He's trying his best to control that, and he's finding his checkdowns when he has to.
Tiger Cats have Bo Levi Mitchell up in the booth with Scott Milanovic and Matt Schultz down on the sideline. A couple of guys they'd love to see in uniform and out on the field. Top two quarterbacks, Taylor Powell doing an admirable job, trying to make a big drive here late in the half. Another completion to James Butler out to the right, and he's eyeing another first down. It'll be very close up near midfield.
Very good. Clock stops, 52 seconds. Butler able to get out of bounds. Second and very, very short here.
Luke. Second and short.
They'll run a standard offensive play here, I guess. They're battling the clock and the wind.
Elks, if you're just tuning in, had a big second and short. They turn that into big yardage. Here's James Butler turning this into big yardage. Gets the first down and a lot more. He needed to get to midfield. He got down near the Edmonton 40. It's another first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
James Butler really, really great. He must have half the yardage here. Got a bit of a flop there by an Edmonton player to slow down this fast-paced drive by the Ticats. So we'll pause this game again for an injury. If the game stops for you, you do have to leave the field for, I believe it's 3 plays. Edmonton's going to make this substitution, but man, James Butler, he's hard to stop.
He has been good, 54 yards rushing. The injured Elk is Cole Nelson, who's listed as an offensive lineman on the roster. The previous injured Elk was Niles Morgan, who's their leading tackler. So Tiger Cats have a little bit of time to discuss this. 45 seconds to go. They're into the wind.
Yeah, so it's tough. We don't know. Nobody knows up here other than Coach O and Mark Leggio, exactly the distance here. Right now, if this drive were to end and you had to kick a field goal 49 yards into this wind is not an easy kick.
Well, Leggio's missed from 49 yards with the wind.
That's right.
There's been 2 penalties in the first half. These are the 2 most penalized teams. 2 penalties in the first half, both by Edmonton. That was not said to jinx the Tiger Cats.
Very timely there.
45 seconds to go. Clock is running. This is what's left in the opening half. Tiger Cats are down by 15. They need points. Taylor Powell steps back to the 50. Quick stutter step, completes another pass to Tim White, who tries to spin and get a few more yards, but Ed Gainey was right there to make a sure tackle. Winds up being a 4 or 5 yard reception.
Moving back up to the line quickly now, 32 seconds. Still, you'd love to see this first down, RJ, to get securely into field goal range.
Powell looking left, running to his left now, on the run, throws, he's got an open receiver, it is Tyreek McAllister, dives across the 20. They get the first down and more. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross first down.
You've got 1 play for sure to save the field goal. Can you get 2 plays in here, 2 shots at the end zone? You're in field goal range now.
18 seconds. And Tiger Cats are ready to roll. Clock is rolling. Powell throws, completes it to Tim White, cutting across the middle. He'll be down close to the 10. There's 9 seconds on the clock. What are you thinking?
You just 8-9 seconds with your first play. You've got 9 left. You can't let this clock tick down without stealing any points. You got to steal 1 more, but it's got to be the right play. And no, they're gonna get their field goal unit out there now.
Can't risk it, but a nice drive for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, beautiful.
Including a 3rd down gamble, little over a yard, and James Butler kept that drive going.
My only thought there, RJ, is that you could line up quick and just take a shot at the end zone, risk the incompletion.
Yep.
The fans are not loving the field goal here.
Well, they're down by 15, but they need points from the 20. Mark Leggio is good, so they get points, and there's zeros on the clock. That's the end of the half. So 21-9, Tiger Cats trail at halftime. Not the ideal situation, but there is a little bit of momentum for the Tiger Cats after giving up some big plays. But they'll need a huge second half here, Luke.
Yeah. You know, you're able to drive the field there something like 80, 85 yards they just drove in a minute and 30 seconds. I mean, that was a pretty efficient, pretty good-looking drive. The thing that stands out to me in that first half there, you have that turnover by Taylor Powell, just a bad mark on that offense. But really, you've got to hand it to Trey Ford and this Edmonton team. Their offense probably hasn't looked better for any game this season. Last week, as you mentioned, 22 straight unanswered points against Winnipeg that ended up not getting them that victory at home. As an Edmonton fan, you're probably thinking right now, don't let that happen again. They've got a good lead going into halftime here and a quarterback that's playing well. But the Tiger Cats, I'm not down on their performance right now. You got to take advantage of your drives when you get down the field.
Last time the Tiger Cats scored over 20 points, they were playing the Elks. They won that game. And they'll need to score over 20 points in this one if they're going to win. Because the Elks at 0-9 have a 21-9 lead at halftime. Tiger Cats at the half, presented by My Insurance Broker with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantuz, is next on the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field, the teams are on the field, and the second half, we believe, is going to begin. Elks lead 21-9. About an hour and a half weather delay. A lot of lightning in the area. First of all, we want to thank you for sticking with the Ticats Audio Network during the weather delay, and hopefully we have an exciting second half. I'm RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker. The teams came out and did their basic warm-up. Now they're on their respective sidelines. The clock says 15 seconds, and the Elks are coming on the field. The Tiger Cats are having a little bit of huddle in front of their sideline. Kind of get the hunch that Dylan wins in the middle of that somewhere, getting everybody fired up. So that's the key now. Who is going to have a better second half? It's the Elks leading 21-9 and a wet field.
Very wet. Here's an interesting thing for you, RJ, with all this weather. Edmonton received in that first half, and now they're set up to receive again. The Ticats have elected to face the wind for this third quarter, and then they'll be with the wind for the long fourth quarter. That's sort of a classic CFL move when you have a windy game, and the Ticats are going to try to take advantage of having the ball in the long quarter, but that means you gotta come out strong in this third quarter and not let them extend this lead.
Mark Leggio, kickoff for the second half. A 7:30 start, 10:35. We're beginning the second half. C.J. Sims gets across the 40, and diving in with a big tackle was Kyle Wilson. He's had a couple of big hits in this game.
Yeah, already talked about him on defense. Nice tackle in the backfield. 2 special teams tackles. Love watching him and his speed on the field. Okay, and we're back. Wow. That was quite. It's crazy. Halfway through the season, we've already done this. I mean,
yes.
All these the delays in Ottawa and in the CFL, there's been not just the Ticats, but more frequent delays. And Ticats defense, just with their backs to the center line. Let's see if they could start this half with a 2-and-out.
Well, Trey Ford was very good in that opening half. See if he's cooled off. He was 8 for 927 yards, couple of touchdowns. He was running. He had 28 yards running, and here he is running to begin the second half. It's a big run into Hamilton territory. He crosses the Hamilton 50, and it's a first down. I guess not a surprise that we see running play immediately after all this rain.
Yeah, sort of a naked bootleg looking big sweeping motion from Ford after faking the handoff, and called run to his left side, and there was nobody left there.
Richard Leonard finally forced Ford out of bounds. But a first down and a lot more. Down to the Hamilton 48-yard line. Quite a few fans have decided to stick around on this rainy evening in Hamilton. It's still on the ground this time to Kevin Brown, this time not as successful. Maybe a yard, maybe 2. Casey Sales made the tackle.
kind of amazing from our perspective. We're sort of looking east, sort of northeast, and you can actually still see lightning way out there over Ontario.
I don't see it.
Sorry.
We've had an hour and a half weather delay. I'm not seeing
It's
that.
like 50 kilometers away. Don't even worry about that. Everyone knows it moves from west to east. Don't even worry.
Yes. Well, safety is the most important thing, and it's far enough away. It's a storm that's being monitored by the CFL. Early third quarter, if you're just tuning in thinking this game should be close to done, it's still got a second half to go. Trey Ford completes the pass to Manny Arsenault on the wet field. He stops, going to his right, cuts to his left, and a lot of Tiger Cats got in the middle there. Tunde Adeleke, Casey Sales, Simone Lawrence, and short of the first down, but a flag flies really late.
Very late, which often leads to a 15-yarder, and it's 3rd and 5. So it's a long field goal, but you got the wind at your back for Edmonton. Who made the mistake here?
Tiger Cats didn't have...
Conduct, Hamilton number 49. This is a misconduct foul, 10-yard penalty that will give a first down.
Well, that's first penalty for the Tiger Cats. Andre Prue, the referee, and it is a costly penalty.
That's a great way to lose a football game.
Yep.
That kind of decision, whatever that was. And you know, you can get penalized for even what you say on the field, and obviously, of course, any kind of physicality after the whistle. But hard to say what that was. But whatever it was, that's costly. Now you're into a much more guaranteed field goal range, and of course, you get the first down right as you had put the brakes on Edmonton's offense.
Tiger Cats, no penalties have been an issue. They've talked about it.
After review by the command center, there's also a foul for objectionable conduct on Edmonton number 62. This is also a misconduct foul for 10 yards. It will be 3rd down.
Okay. So there was a back and forth. And how many times has that happened this year where we talk about something and we got to just erase the tape? Michael Steyer, erase the tape.
Well, good for Hamilton there. I mean, they got a little back and forth with the misconduct, so it is. And Trey Ford's on the field right now. So early in this game, they went for a 3rd and 3, long throw that was incomplete and a turnover on downs. Now it's 3rd and 4.5. Trey Ford's on the field.
Yeah, this is a real gamble here.
This is Edmonton saying, this is Chris Jones saying, my defense is going to stop you anyways, even if we don't get this, so I'm going to take a chance.
Wow. So officially we're going to call it 3rd and 4. Looks like a little more than 4 as the Elks on the Hamilton 42 are going for it. This is first possession of the second half. Elks lead 21-9. Trey Ford back, waiting. He's got time. He throws, open receiver, and it is incomplete. Knocked down. Kenneth George Jr. and Javian Elliott got over there to knock that ball away, and it was a little bit underthrown, I think, Luke, because there was an open receiver. I think it was Dylan Mitchell, and it took forever to get there.
It was Dylan Mitchell, and I thought Stavros Katsantonis was going to put a shoulder pad right through his sternum at the point of the catch, and then it actually looked like it slipped through all the defenders there, and it was Elliott who finally got his hands into the catch radius of Mitchell to break that pass up. It was a close one. That's the second very aggressive attempt on a long 3rd down by Chris Jones.
Well, that was actually in the arms of Mitchell. That hit by Javian Elliott. And I think Jones is challenging. So Chris Jones is going to challenge this, talking to referee Andre Prue.
It certainly didn't look like a pass interference situation to me. Maybe defensive holding, prior to the ball being in the air early in the route by Mitchell, but not sure what he's challenging. Let's see what this is all about.
Is challenging the previous play for defensive pass interference.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
The play will be reviewed.
Well, from what I saw, Kenneth George Jr. went for the interception and missed, so he was playing the ball. The ball landed in Mitchell's hands, and then he was hit by Javian Elliott and knocked the ball loose. So
yeah,
that'll be an interesting one.
And so what I'm expecting here, because at the point of the catch, I don't see it, but I'm wondering if early in the flight of the ball, there may have been contact on the receiver that we couldn't see live.
We'll take a break during this challenge. It's 21-9, Elks lead early in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Waiting for Andre Proulx and the result of the challenge. Chris Jones challenging pass interference. Andre Proulx, the referee tonight, has the announcement. He should be set to go. Any moment now, he's in position, just waiting to turn on his mic.
Challenging it would have been Kenneth George Jr. will be the player to get the infraction if he has it.
Well, I'm going to be a spoiler here. Ticats offense is on the field, and the defense is on the field for the Elks.
After review by the command center, the ruling on the field stands. Edmonton is charged a timeout, and they're out of challenges.
Wow. I mean, second time in the game, the Elks go for it on first time it's 3rd and 3, and then 3rd and 4, and both times it's a deep pass play.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's hyper aggressive play call, which I don't mind. It hasn't worked out for them tonight.
Yeah, they missed the only third down, and they've had a few third down attempts. Only ones have been on the deep ball. So Tiger Cats take over. Don't give up any points. The defense gets the stop. 12:26 to go in the third quarter. First possession of the second half for the Tiger Cats. They keep it on the ground. Running to the left was James Butler. He'll get across the 45. Butler enjoying his second best rushing game of the season. That'll push him over 70 yards. His best was those 127 yards he put up against the Elks. So he likes playing against Edmonton.
And the Ticats starting this drive pretty much equal to the drive start just about of Edmonton to start this drive. Obviously, Ticats are against the wind right now, but still not too long a field to drive.
Boundary side, 3 receivers for Taylor Powell. Gets the snap, looks that direction, stays in the pocket. A high throw. It's perfect, though, just over the defender, right to Tim White. It is a first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. How about that precision on the pass?
Yeah, that by Taylor Powell was a very, very good throw. Just the right trajectory to get the ball there on time to Tim White on the sail route going out of bounds while that ball flight going over top of the undercoverage. Great throw.
Tim White with his 7th reception. That ties his season high. Tiger Cats now on the Edmonton 41. Powell gets the snap, makes the throw immediately. Screen off to the right to Tyreek McAllister, and he will get across or at least to the Edmonton 45-yard line.
Decent gain on first there at halftime. And before the game leading up this week, it's Taylor Powell. Can he move the ball downfield in bigger chunks? That was a flash of greatness right there with a pro quarterback throw. That was perfectly placed. Empty backfield here.
Taylor Powell has put together 11 straight completions. Just under 11 minutes to go, third quarter. Tiger Cats into the wind. Empty backfield for Powell. Stays in the pocket. Pressure's coming. And he will get across the 45, but needed to get to the 39 to get the first down. Tiger Cats are well short and into the wind that looks to be a fairly gusty wind.
So you heard me say before the snap there, 3 empty, but 3 receivers to one side, 3 to the other. What happens there, if Edmonton wants to bring any sort of pressure or have any sort of help in the secondary, you have to vacate the middle of the field. There's no linebackers left. Duke Williams broke on an in route to so much space, but it's just at the same time as Taylor Powell, gets forced to take his eyes off the field.
Corey Vedvik out to punt. Ed Gainey is back for the Elks. They might not be convinced the Tiger Cats are going to punt here. Into the wind, Corey Vedvik is the punter for the Tiger Cats. Vedvik does punt. Ball up high, gets hung up in the wind, bounces at about the 12, and it's picked up by Gainey at the 5, and he's hit and knocked down by Sean Thomas Erlington. What can't Sean Thomas Erlington do? That big hit was brought to you by My Insurance Broker, another big special teams play by STE. 9:45 to go in the third quarter. Elks lead 21-9. No scoring yet in the second half. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. The Elks will begin this drive from their own 6. So that was the idea for the Tiger Cats. Bringing out the punter just inside Edmonton territory, pin the Elks deep, and the Tiger Cats did exactly that. That's part of winning the field position battle, and the Tiger Cats have an edge. Maybe they'll get some momentum out of it too.
Yeah, good start to the third quarter here. Force the turnover on downs, move the ball down the field a little bit, and now a great special teams play. Trey Ford has a long way to go.
He's in the shotgun, standing on his own goal line. Beginning this drive from their own 6. They are with the win. 4 receivers to the field side, and Trey Ford under pressure. They get him. They sack him. Trey Ford brought down by Casey Sales, it looks like, got the quarterback sack.
Great job. And that in the first half, you saw Trey Ford escape that pressure so many times, and often with success on his feet, but also then to throw the ball at times. Casey Sales ripping through his block and gets to Trey Ford still within the pocket. What a great job by that Ticat rush.
Sales with his 3rd sack of the season. That's tied for 3rd on the team, trailing only Malik Carney and Chris Edwards. So 2nd and 14, that pushes the Elks back to their own 2. Trey Ford in the end zone under pressure again. He's out of the end zone at his own 4, running toward the sideline, now back toward his end zone, and he threw the ball away. What a job by this defense.
Wow.
They're not going to gamble this time.
Let's see if the Elks take a safety here. I'm sure they will. The only doubt is that they've got the wind at their backs here. Maybe if they think they can get a decent punt off, they would do that, but you got to think, I mean, they're on their own 2. The goalpost is in play with the punt. I would imagine they're going to kill some time and take a safety.
Well, let's see. Jake Julian, their punter. Edmonton's been aggressive with what they've done in this game. A lot of 3rd down gambles. Went deep on a 2nd and short. Worked. Taking their time before snapping this ball. 4 seconds on the play clock, 3. And it's a high snap. Julian does punt it. So they're not going to give up any points. Tyreek McAllister gets it right at midfield, right in the middle of the field. He runs to the right. He's across the 40, the 35, down to the 30. Cuts back to his left, the 20, the 10. He's going to score. Tyreek McAllister. Touchdown, Tiger Cats. There is a flag. There is a flag.
There's a couple flags, and I'm suspicious this is on Hamilton. Happened right at the top of the return. What a great job by Tyreek McAllister. Breaks through that first level and then just cuts angles all the way down the field. But let's get the official call here. It's in the no yards territory, but there was nobody too close. I'll bet you it's a holding, and still going to have some okay field position, but really unfortunate there.
They need the touchdown.
That's right.
Andre Prue.
Fouls on Hamilton. Holding Hamilton, number 43. Illegal block. Hamilton, number 8. That penalty is declined. 1st down.
Okay.
That's the 2nd time this year Tyreek McAllister has had a return for a touchdown brought back because of a penalty. And the fireworks a little late to go off. It just went off in the north end, the scoreboard. So not a touchdown. Tiger Cats from their own 50. They keep it on the ground. Straight ahead. James Butler did not get much. A couple of yards, maybe 3.
Just almost to center field here with a 2nd and 6. Really, this is Edmonton's wind quarter, but the Ticats have most of the momentum right now. They've been playing well, but still no points exchanged in the times ticking on the Tiger Cats.
Another tough 2nd down here for Taylor Powell. 2nd and 6 from the 54. Powell back to pass, stays in the pocket. Nobody open. Now he's running. He's under pressure. Elks are all over him. He completes the pass on the run. It is caught by Anthony Johnson, his first catch since the East semifinal of last year. And it's a 1st down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Taylor Powell, the pocket collapses, he steps up and escapes to his right and keeps his eyes downfield. That's really, really mature play and for a crucial first down.
Anthony Johnson got both feet in. Didn't need to, but that's the concentration. Wanted to make sure, there was no doubt about it. Under 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Tiger Cats fresh set of downs. Powell on the run. He's going to keep it this time, and he slides across the 40. We'll see where they spot it, but he'll be 3 or 4 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, that was a good decision to run. He had space, and it was early in the play, and he just took it right away. Interesting. It looked to me like he got more than that. They're going to place this at a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, it looked like he got across the 40. It's going to be right at the 40. So 2nd and 4. Another challenge for the young quarterback, Taylor Powell, making his 3rd start. All have come at Tim Hortons Field. James Butler to the left of Powell, and he gets the football. There's a nice opening for him. He's across the 35, down past the 30. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Yeah, 14-yard gain. James Butler continues to be a crucial part of the offensive effort, just like he was in the first half. Great balance of pass and run.
It's fun when James Butler is doing those twists and spins.
Yeah.
Hard to bring down. Got himself probably another 6 or 7 yards with those maneuvers. So now down to the Edmonton 26-yard line. Right back to James Butler. Goes to his left, cuts up the middle, and he'll battle for a couple more yards. He'll be just a little bit short of the 20.
Oof, 2nd and 8 here. Great job by that Edmonton defense to slow down this drive. RJ, there's only 5 minutes left again in the game. Well, it's weird to say this game's gone fast after an hour and a half delay, but
the actual play,
the play's gone fast, and you get a feeling the Ticats need 7 on this drive.
James Butler over 100 yards rushing, 101 to be exact on 11 carries. Taylor Powell, 2nd and 8, under pressure. Oh, he's backtracking. Oh, this is a big loss. He is sacked back near the 40.
That is 15 crucial yards right there that he just lost on that quarterback sack. And you're very much so flirting with field goal range. This will end up being, okay, they've got a forward momentum at the 35-yard. He really got tackled back at the 40.
Yeah.
But the ball will be placed at the 35, so 42-yard attempt here, and no, they're going to punt it.
Nope. They are going to go for the field goal. You spotted Vedvik. He was the first to pop out of the pile of Ticats.
Not used to that 26 out there on the.
Well, you were a holder for a kicker in Vedvik. His first game, that first miss by Mark Leggio, he hasn't worked with Vedvik. Maybe that played a factor.
Not great conditions to be a holder. This operation's tough right here.
43-yard field goal attempt into the wind. Leggio, it's up. It's hung up in the wind, and it's wide left. He's missed it. And C.J. Sims is running out of the end zone. He's got an opening on this near sideline if he can turn the corner. Wow. Carthel Flowers Lloyd. He is fast. He eliminated that space, brings Sims down, and maybe saved a long touchdown.
He threw his blocker right into the ball carrier and made the tackle.
3:43 to go. Still no points scored in this third quarter. It's Edmonton 21, Hamilton 9. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. I want to thank you for sticking around on the Ticats Audio Network. Weather delay of about 90 minutes. And it's played a bit of a factor on the field. A combined 81 net yards in this third quarter. No points scored. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Edmonton leads 21-9. Tiger Cats have a couple of missed field goals and a missed convert in this game. Elks keep the ball on the ground, and Kevin Brown will get a few yards. Looks like he'll be just short of the 30, so maybe halfway to the first down.
That drive, think back to the last chain of events there. Edmonton elects to not take the safety. They punt the ball, giving Ticats pretty good field position, drive down the field.
Tiger Cats scored a touchdown on that punt return that was brought back due to a penalty.
True. Brought back, good field position. They drive down the field, sacked out of, or making a field goal even more difficult, which they miss. And Edmonton gets the ball back. I mean, just kind of slight missed opportunities all over the field.
2nd and 4 here for the Elks from their own 29. Trey Ford hands off again to Brown, and this defense, boy, what did Coach Sal, about 6 hours since they ate something in that long weather delay. They are fired up. A nice stop, no gain there for the Elks.
Well, now they're going to send their punt unit out for this 3rd and 3. You can't. There's no guaranteed with that from Chris Jones, but on their own 30, they're going to punt this one away.
Well, be ready for anything here.
That's right.
So it's 3rd and 3. Elks on their own 30. Tyreek McAllister on the wet field, standing on his own 26-yard line. Elks with the wind, and time is running out with the wind. They haven't been able to put up any points. Ticats look like they're going for the block. They just miss it. Julian gets the punt away, and he gets it outside the numbers. Wow. Tyreek McAllister, quick head fake, and he tried to cut into the middle. He'll get to the 30, maybe the 31-yard line, and that's where the Tiger Cats will begin their next drive with 1:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's the Elks leading the Ticats 21-9. We'll take a break and be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Late 3rd quarter, Elks continue to lead 21-9. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. Elks have not won a game this season. They're 0-9. Tiger Cats 3-5, trying to get to 4-5 at the midway point of the regular season. Ball was originally on the 31, but a holding penalty on the Tiger Cats pushes them back to their own 14. Into the wind, Taylor Powell on the run. No, he threw it, and Tim White had to jump and make the catch, and he made a great catch, and he'll take it up to the Hamilton 40. That's a big 26 yards, and the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Man, Taylor Powell is doing a really great job. No points yet in the 3rd quarter, but we've seen him that's the 3rd very impressive throw. He's on the run, he's escaping pressure, and he puts it over top of that under coverage. Really amazing job. And Tim White coming back towards that ball to ease the ability of the quarterback to make it an easier catch. Really great job.
Under a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Right back to James Butler, and he has another nice gain. Looks like he'll be close to a first down here, depending on where they spot it. Just a little bit short of the Hamilton 50, and it's about half a yard short of the first down.
I'm going to see Scott Milanovic pull this 2nd and short that we've been talking about there. We already saw Edmonton get one this game. Let's see what the Ticats have for 2nd and maybe a 1.5 feet or so.
They're in a huddle. They're discussing it. And Kai Loxley has come in. Kai Loxley, he had a big touchdown as a receiver. He is a quarterback. He's under center. Number 89 will take a little step to his right, then dart forward, and they get the first down. Presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Not the dramatic big play you wanted, but a fresh set of downs.
Fresh set of downs. Yeah, we'll take it. And Taylor Powell, I'm just loving watching the ball move down the field to these receivers. And that last throw to Tim White especially, that kind of connection, it takes a little bit of chemistry. Tim White and Taylor Powell were very much on the same page. See what they can do with this next 60 yards ahead of them.
Taylor Powell, 17 for 18 in the game. Right back to James Butler. Why not? Elks are having a lot of trouble stopping him, and he gets about another 6 yards on that carry. That is the last play of the 3rd quarter. Tiger Cats did a good job not allowing the Elks any points with the wind. Now the Tiger Cats will have the wind in the 4th quarter, but they have to overcome a 12-point deficit. We'll see if they can do it. 21-9, Elks lead the Tiger Cats. 1 quarter to go. Stick around. This is the Ticats Audio Network. We appreciate all the listeners on the Ticats Audio Network, and we encourage you to log in, email gameday@ticats.ca. We'd love to know where you're listening from. A couple of fairly local listeners we'd like to say hi to. Alex Harding, Niagara Falls, and Nate Surafel in Guelph. Appreciate you sticking around on a weather-delayed game. Could be a big finish here in the 4th quarter. Tiger Cats, a 2nd and 4 from the Edmonton 53. Powell passing. He's got an open receiver on the near sideline. It is complete. to Tim White. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
We're seeing a theme of Tim White on these sort of shallow bending sail routes towards the sidelines. Seeing a lot of success. Good game for number 12.
No huddle for the Tiger Cats. They know there's only a quarter to go. They're down by 12. Couple of scores here. They got to make something happen. Taylor Powell, he slings it to the check down James Butler, and it was out of the reach of Butler. He couldn't make the catch, and a rare incompletion from Taylor Powell, just his second tonight.
Yeah, wow. Tough second and 10 here. Now the Ticats, after that quarter change, the wind is at their back. See if they can get a few yards here. This is that interesting field position where you want the first down, but even short of the first down, every yard helps. Every yard increases the percentage of a field goal at this position on the field.
So 2nd and 10 from the Edmonton 36. Powell's under pressure, running to his right, looking for someone open. Tyreek McAllister looked like he was open. Powell fakes the throw, sees the first down marker, and he went for it. He went out of bounds, and he did get it. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross first down. Taylor Powell keeps the drive alive.
Great job by Powell. The whole time, Darius Bratton is eye to eye with Powell as he's deciding to run or throw, and it looked like he was going to let it go to McAllister, who was sort of set up in that defensive backfield there. And I like it. He doesn't want to take the risk of a missed throw, and he gets it on his feet.
That fake throw might have bought him a little bit of time and gets those couple extra yards too. Down to the Edmonton 25. Fresh set of downs for the Tiger Cats. Powell throwing, looking end zone. No, incomplete. Tim White dove for it, could not make the catch. Tim White was 9 for 9 on targets. That's his first one he couldn't haul in, but he put a pretty good effort into it.
A seam route up the right side of the field. And I actually, it's hard to say. There's still a little bit of weather. The light, it looks to me like he just didn't have his feet quite in place to make a real play or to run through that ball. A little bit of contact there with Ed Gainey, too.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Taylor Powell showing he can throw deep, just missing Tim White. Let's see what happens here. Going deep again, this time down the near sideline. Pretty good coverage on Duke Williams, and that's incomplete. So Powell went for it twice, could not connect with either Tim White or Duke Williams. And so the Tiger Cats are going to attempt a field goal.
Lots of yelling and talking back and forth there as that play ends, and Kai Gray and Duke Williams having a few words. Okay, field goal attempt.
Yes, 33-yard attempt with the wind. Mark Leggio with the holder, Kari Vedvik. Leggio's field goal attempt, he missed it left. His third miss of the game, and he's missed a convert.
Wow. 11 points, 10 points missing from the scoreboard right now, all from kicks and extra points. They get the single there, so it's 21-10. That's the first point of the second half. But man, the story continues of the Ticats having production on offense, but it's not turning into points.
We've got to take a break. 12:56 to go in the football game. It's 21-10. Elks still lead. We'll be right back in the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats have a deficit to overcome. They're down by 11 with 12:56 to go. So the defense has to come up big here against the Edmonton offense. Mark Leggio has had a tough day, 1 for 4. He's missed field goals from 49 yards, 42 yards, 33 yards. Also missed a convert, but did get a single on that last one. So that got the Tiger Cats up to double digits. They have not reached 20 points in 4 games now. Trey Ford, quarterback keeper, running straight up the middle, and there's an opening there too. He's across the 50, right near midfield, and not afraid to take contact. Simone Lawrence, one of the Tiger Cats in there, who threw the hit on Ford, but he bounces right back up after getting the first down.
Yeah, nice quarterback draw by Ford, right up the middle. Been impressed with him on his feet. in the second half, we've seen some good quarterback play. Ticats have been unable to turn any of those throws from Taylor Powell into points.
Tiger Cats down by 11, and there's just over 12 minutes to go. The defense has to get a stop, and the Elks happy to keep it on the ground. Kevin Brown, oh boy, he was just tackled as he was popping through all of the black jerseys of the Tiger Cats, and it's a good thing he was because he had a lot of open space ahead of him. It is another first down, though.
Yeah, 2 first down runs for 10-yard gains, just first downs on first downs. Got to put a stop to this Edmonton run attack.
Malik Carney just tripped him up enough. But there weren't many other Tiger Cats after that. So, all of a sudden, the Elks are in business here. They're on the Hamilton 45. Trey Ford fakes the handoff, makes the throw to Stephen Dunbar. The former Ticats had a big game with a couple of touchdowns for the Elks. He'll be 2 or 3 yards short of the first down.
Elks into the win now, not in field goal range yet. This will be a valuable stop here for the Hamilton defense.
2nd and 3 from the Hamilton 38. Edmonton going from left to right, and the wind is in their face. The flags on the upright are blowing straight out, so it is a strong wind. There has been a lot of weather here. 4 receivers to the right, and Trey Ford rolls that way. Completes the pass to Manny Arsenault. He's inside the Hamilton 20. The Elks convert on 2nd down, and they are well within field goal range now.
Yeah, convert with an explosive play. Manny Arsenault.
Hamilton 18. Trey Ford gets the snap, flips it to Kyron Moore, and he gets down to the 10, tried to cut back. Javian Elliott was able to make the tackle.
Big second down here, and well, you know, who knows what Chris Jones is going to do if you are to do stop him and it's 3rd down. But if you can force the field goal here, it keeps it, and they make that field as a 14-point game, keeping things close. You still got 9.5 minutes left. A touchdown here makes this spread a little bit different.
Yeah, let's see what the Elks do. They've really got nothing to lose. They're 0-9, trying for their first win. 2nd and 3 from the 11. Trey Ford throwing end zone, and it's incomplete. Eugene Lewis was locked up with Kenneth George Jr. and could not make the catch.
Interesting, a shot at the end zone there. It was 3rd and 3 on the 10-yard line. Elks chose to take a chance on the touchdown. Great coverage by the Ticat defense. And here comes Faithful, kicker for the Elks, to try to make this, like we said, a 14-point game. Good stop there on that 2nd down by Mark Washington's Ticat defense.
Faithful, 8 for 11 this season, 72.7%. He has not been automatic. This one's short, though. This is an 18-yard attempt for Dean Faithful, and it's good. The Elks add to their lead. It's 24-10. And now the clock is a big factor. There's under 9 minutes to go, 8:52 to be exact, and Tiger Cats trail by 14. We'll see if they can make a big comeback when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network. What a night it's been. Tiger Cats are trailing the Elks on the scoreboard 24-10. At halftime, there was a lightning storm and delayed the game about an hour and a half. So if you're just tuning in and wondering why the game's still going on, that's why. You are listening to it live. Tiger Cats are in a 14-point deficit, and there's 8:45 to go. Taylor Powell hits Anthony Johnson, and he can't make the catch. That's similar to an earlier one.
That is the same play, same route, same side of the field relative to the offense for Anthony Johnson. That's the exact same drop he had in the first half.
Anthony Johnson has been on the injured list all season, injured in training camp. This is his first game back. So that sets up a 2nd and 10 from their own 40. Tiger Cats down by 2 scores. They have to convert this first down. They're with the wind in this fourth quarter. Taylor Powell under pressure, and he can't escape it. He's sacked back at about the 37-yard line. Niles Morgan, the leading tackler of the Elks, got the sack, and that'll force the Ticats to punt.
Well, there's no way around. I mean, Taylor Powell has been pressured all night, and he's escaped a lot. Quick punt here for the Ticats, trying to save the clock.
CJ Sims waits, gets it at his own 22, gets around that first wave of Tiger Cats, but can't get to the 35. Looked like Bailey Feltmate was the first Tiger Cat in to make the tackle.
You know, how crucial is a team that's struggling. Sometimes it only takes one bad play to kill the drive. I mean, it's hard to overcome a mistake like that. And that drop by Anthony Johnson leaves you with the 2nd and 10, and you know, a little bit of a stutter to the rhythm of the whole team, and you follow up with a sack. I mean, the Ticats need to take advantage of every single bit of time that they can, and you know, that mistaken drive took off more than a minute.
Elks, 7:35 on the clock. Clock is running. They keep it on the ground, and Brown trying to get to the outside. Jameer Thurman tracks him down, but he'll get at least 5 on that run.
The clock is still ticking away past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Of course, the last minutes will take a little long, get more plays in, of course, in those last minutes. Any help this Ticat defense can give to get the ball back to Taylor Powell, every second counts here.
Elks have not won this year. They've lost 9 straight dating back to last year. It's 13 straight losses. 336 days since their last win. And Brown is able to battle close to the 45. He did get the first down, so the Elks keep the ball on the ground, and they get the first down. They needed 6 yards. They got about 7.
Well, both the first quarter and the third quarter were just more over a half an hour of real time. I mean, the game has really moved along here, and Edmonton wisely, I mean, when they've had the ball, their drives have taken a lot of time up. And already we're seeing this tick down here after a good Edmonton run, and first down for them.
Up to the Edmonton 44 rather, Trey Ford. Oh, he threw off to his right, and that one is incomplete. It was Vincent Forbes-Montbleau who could not make that catch. You know, Trey Ford and he were talking just before that ball was snapped, so they weren't hiding where they were going at all. Just couldn't make the catch. Yeah,
they kind of liked the space that Montbleau had out there to the left and went for it, and that's just it. If you know the play is coming for you, that's the easiest time to take your head away as the ball's coming your way. It's a classic error and a drop there by Edmonton.
Helps the Tiger Cats. It's 2nd and 10 from their own 44 for the Elks. The Tiger Cats defense needs to get a stop. 1 second on the play clock, and Trey Ford just gets the play away. Completes it to Eugene Lewis. Has to go a long way to get the first down, and there's lots of Tiger Cats there. Lots of them. 5 of them. Richard Leonard right in the middle, along with Stavros Kansantonis and Jameer Thurman, and the Elks short of the first down.
Eugene Lewis is doing everything he could to turn his shoulders upfield in a good fight, but 1, 2, then 4, 5 Ticats right there to stop his momentum and force the third down punt. Great job by this Ticat defense.
Getting those arms of Jameer Thurman, and good luck getting away. Leading tackler for the Tiger Cats. Tyreek McAllister. He had a punt return touchdown in this game that was called back due to a penalty. Under 5 minutes to go, and the Elks will take their time again, under 10 seconds on the play clock. McAllister standing back at his own 10. Jake Julian punting into the wind. And this is short. McAllister lets it bounce at the 25. 2 bounces, gets it at the 20. And then as he tries to cut to his left, he slips. And the Elks bring him down just outside the 20-yard line. So the Elks lead 24-10. There's 4:38 to go. Tiger Cats will have the ball when we come back. It's the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats getting set for this possession that will begin from their own 22. The last 4 Hamilton possessions ended in a punt, a missed field goal, and a punt. That is the reaction, yes. Taylor Powell 0 for his last 4. He had gone a long time with just 1 incompletion. Has to get hot again. Under 4.5 to go in the game. A 14-point deficit for the Tiger Cats. Powell's throw completes it to Tyreek McAllister. Tried to make a move to the inside. Forced out of bounds. A yard or 2 short of the first down.
Good catch there. Tyreek McAllister, big play on a punt return that gets called back after the holding, and love to see him get touches multiple ways in the game, running, passing, and getting his returns. That's a great little 7.5-yard gain there on first.
So 2nd and 2 for the Tiger Cats from their own 30. The big bodies come out for the Tiger Cats. James Butler right behind Taylor Powell. And there's the handoff to Butler. He's had a big game, over 100 yards, and he gets the first down and a little more. He's slippery tonight. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Getting close to the 3-minute warning. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. The clock is running. Tiger Cats have to keep moving this football. They're down by 2 scores. Taylor Powell trying to direct traffic. He has 3 receivers to the boundary side. That's to his right. Powell under pressure again. Has to run to his right, and he will throw this into the turf. It goes incomplete. Could not take another sack. I'm sure that was conveyed on the sidelines. This time he got rid of it.
Yep. Same thing. They're running just a little, hurry up offense. Not a true no huddle. Now the incomplete pass stops the clock, so they're going to huddle up here. But the problem is, you got to have really, really clean communication when you're trying to do things on the fly, and there's a little confusion pre-snap there.
On the previous play, that was intentional grounding on Hamilton number 0. The ball will be placed on the 26-yard line, and it will be 2nd down.
I mean, to me, Tim White was the intended receiver there, and was in the area of the throw. I'm a little surprised at that call, and that does not come without a sting there to Scott Milanovic as a play caller now, from his 2nd and 10 now to a 2nd and 20.
Yeah, let's keep in mind, too, the Tiger Cats didn't have a penalty in the opening half. Tiger Cats have 4 receivers to the left. That's the field side. Just Anthony Johnson on the boundary side. Taylor Powell, 2nd and 20, has time, and the Elks sack him. They sack him down at the 20-yard line. A.C. Leonard gets the sack, and we're at the 3-minute warning. 2 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the football game. And the Elks lead 24-10. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network.
Streaming at listen.ticats.ca. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
Back at Tim Hortons Field, a few fans have stuck around. There was a long rain delay, a weather delay to be exact, with lightning in the area. It rained heavily at Tim Hortons Field. And about an hour and a half delay. Here we are, close to the conclusion of this football game. 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go. It's 24-10. Elks are leading the Tiger Cats. And the Tiger Cats are punting with the wind. Corey Vedvik sends the punt high up into the Hamilton night sky. C.J. Sims gets it at his own 32, runs to his left, then straight up, gets to the 40, maybe the 41. And this is crucial for the Tiger Cats defense to find a way to get this ball back as soon as possible. Down by 2 scores, Tiger Cats are running out of time. Edmonton 0-9 on the road They were averaging 8 points per game this season, 0 for 4 on the road. They put up 24 tonight. Trey Ford's been good. Starting from their own 41. Ford hands off. Kevin Brown straight up the middle. He's got the first down. He's across midfield. And that will help the Elks a lot. It pushes them into Hamilton territory and gives them a fresh set of downs. Or just wait a second here. They're not moving the sticks yet.
Yeah, I didn't see a flag come out yet, but refs are talking and the chains are staying.
Andre Proulx will tell us.
Legal procedure. Edmonton, no end. Number 69 was closing the line on this side. This will be a 5-yard penalty, and we're going to replay first down.
Okay.
Well, that's big. A big help for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah.
That pushes Edmonton back to their own 36. Instead of being across midfield with a fresh set of downs, it's now a 1st and 15.
Yeah, we'll see. There's been pretty effective run game by both offenses tonight. Great or fortunate penalty against Edmonton there from the Ticats' perspective. Can you get him off the field without gaining these 15 yards for another first?
Ticats have managed just 1 sack. Tough to sack Trey Ford. He runs a 4.4. He's fast. They give it right back to Brown, and oh boy, he is right back to where things started. In fact, a little better.
Wow.
He gets those 15 yards and more. He's across midfield, finally brought down near the Hamilton 50.
Wow, what a run. Gets 20 right back at it after the penalty break. Takes Edmonton back past their own drive start there, and man, just right back to Brown for an explosive run play.
Edmonton, 154 yards rushing in this game against this Ticats defense. Just over 2 minutes to go now. Ball's on the Hamilton 52. Another handoff. And this won't be as successful for Brown, but he muscles out maybe 4 or 5 yards.
Both teams, 2 timeouts left. 2:06 on the clock here.
Edmonton lost a challenge.
Yeah, interesting. First half, though, right? So they'll keep them for now. Of course, Ticats, or Coach O is going to have a pulse on when he's going to want to use those timeouts. The clock ticks past 2 minutes now. Edmonton again. I mean, Trey Ford and his crew, they've really, this is their best performance of the year so far.
And they're hoping for their first win. Tiger Cats will have to find a way to stop Brown. They do this time. That's Trey Crawford. He got him around the hips and prevented a big gain. But where are they going to spot this? Looks like 2 yards short of the first down. So 3rd and 2.
Yeah, into the wind. You're not in field goal range here, and that would make it a 3-point game. But you're not in field goal range here. Cornelius on the field now, off the field.
Yeah. A lot of players on the field. Jake Julian is one of them, the punter. Tiger Cats need this ball back.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Cornelius going. This is not it's a 3rd down and full yard and a half. This would be that would have been an interesting decision, though not surprising. I wasn't even going to say anything about it. Chris Jones does some crazy things on 3rd down, but some to success and some just and some not. But it worked out out of a net total for him tonight so far.
The rushing game has worked out too. In the last 2 games, the Elks have rushed for 336 yards. Let that play clock get down to 0. Julian, a low punt, bounces a couple of times. Tyreek McAllister picks it up at the 12, and then he's forced out of bounds at about the 16 or 17 yard line of Hamilton.
Maybe a flag here at the top of the return, and I think
no yards.
Yeah.
Edmonton number 13, 15-yard penalty. First down.
I actually think Jake Julian may have been punting for the single there too, to make this into a 15-point game. The wind batted that ball down. But the Ticats benefiting from that no yards.
Elks starting to celebrate on their sideline. Minute 12 on the clock, 14-point lead. Taylor Powell and the offense back on the field. 3 receivers line up on the boundary side. That's to the left of Taylor Powell as the Tiger Cats head from right to left. They're going to get another sack. 7th sack of the game for the Elks. Connie Ely gets that one.
RJ, you and I have talked about, generally people think it's the offensive line's fault for a sack. Somebody misses a block or gets beat. That can be absolutely true. And then also the quarterback.
Hamilton.
Quarterback plays into it as well, right? I mean, sometimes a quarterback can accidentally try to escape, but kind of fall into being sacked. That time, Ely just won his battle on the offensive line and beat his man around the edge for the sack on Taylor Powell. Like you said, 7th sack of the night.
So that is 2nd and 17 now for the Tiger Cats from their own 20. Complete to Anthony Johnson, cutting across the middle. He's got some work to do. He's up near the 35, needed to get to the 37 for the first down.
You've got a prevent defense in now. That Edmonton is going to let up some of those lower passes. They've got a 3-man rush in that we just saw. Now you got a 3rd down and 3. We'll see if they pressure Powell. I wouldn't be surprised with the success they've been having. 3-man rush again.
Powell on 3rd down. He's under pressure. Has to run. He's running to his left, and 3 Elks are right on him, and he throws the ball away. It's incomplete, and that will be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it's a 3-man rush, and Powell still gets flushed out of the pocket, and that quarterback spy from that second linebacker level is actually who adds in to be that 4th rusher and ensure the thrown away ball and what turned out to be the turnover in Ticat territory.
Elks come on the field with their offense with 46 seconds to go on a 14-point lead. Tiger Cats approaching the conclusion of their 9th game of the season. And unless something miraculous happens, they're going to drop to 3-6, which was their record last season at the midway point. They did find a way to make the postseason last year. Trey Ford has had a big game for the Elks. He's gone 13 for 18, 174 yards, also run for 60. They'll give it to Kevin Brown. Late in this game, Brown has ranked up some yards. He's accomplished some first downs, which has helped to eat that clock. And that run will put Brown over 100 yards himself. .38 seconds as the clock winds down. The Elks pretty happy on their sidelines. It's been a long time since they've celebrated a victory. It's a 2nd and 8 now from the 32. Well, since September 17th, 2022, the Elks have 1 win. The Oilers, 56 wins.
Not exactly,
Oilers play more games.
Not exactly apples to apples, but still interesting to see.
Jeff Giordad, our statistician, also a hockey producer on television, one of the best in the business. Had to get hockey involved in there, but it's not good for the Tiger Cats. The Elks are happy. They'll kneel. That's the end of the game. There's zeros on the clock. This one is over. The Elks get their first win of the 2023 season. It's at the expense of the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who managed just 10 points. 4th straight game where the Tiger Cats have been unable to get to 20 points. Time now for the Access Storage recap of the game. Score a touchdown with affordable storage. Access Storage has flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Luke, a 14-point loss to the Edmonton Elks. Things are looking tough now for the Tiger Cats. There's still half a season to go. Your thoughts on this game tonight?
Yeah, I kind of think, forget the postseason for the time being. cue the playoffs,
Jim Mora, yeah.
We're not exactly, they're still out there. That's fine. I mean, you can win, you start winning games. The numbers still make sense. That it's not, it's not the question yet. It's just the how. How can you start finishing drives in the end zone? We saw flashes of Powell moving the ball down the field a little bit more. The stat that jumps out to me right now is 7 sacks on the night. You got to really look closely at each one of those. In fact, Coach Orlando Steinauer likes to say about defensive pressure that close counts. So look at every single time that Powell was pressured, that he escapes the pocket, and you do that together as an offensive line and a quarterback, and you say, okay, should Taylor have stayed in the pocket here? Who lost their battles? How can you fix that? You got to boil it down to the details, but 7 sacks is not a winning formula. Sort of the easiest thing to pick out of this game is the 9 points that are missing off the scoreboard from the kicking game. Mark Leggio, really unbelievable start to this season. He was perfect on field goals for a very long time into this year, but tonight was not. It was probably one of the games of any in his career he'd like to forget, and that's an issue that has to get corrected too.
We don't know, Luke, but his usual holder is Bailey Flint, who wasn't here, and Corey Vedvik. They didn't have a lot of time to work together coming in. I don't know if that played a factor, but it is a coincidence that he struggled with a new holder. Add in the wetness on the field too. There is some factors. That's not an easy thing. It's a real touchy, real nuanced relationship, snapper to holder to kicker. So yeah, that's part of it too. You're right. The times were, after the first miss when we were kind of focusing on that, it looked pretty good, but you just can't tell, right? So yeah, they've got some problems there. I think the Ticats' run defense continues to let up some big plays, more so than you'd like to see. And you've got to hand it to Edmonton. The turnovers on downs that they kind of offered at times, that's sort of, they were willing to take those risks, though. It kind of feels a little different to the team that's turning the ball over when you're risking those turnover on downs. It's almost like it's a little bit better because it's like your coaches, your guy, you're all believing in it and you're giving it a chance, taking the risk, take a chance. Feels a little different than an interception or a fumble, and those Edmonton, was able to avoid for this game. So. Yeah, boy, it's still a long list of to-dos. Scott Milanovic, his first game as a play caller. There is some good to take away from what Taylor Powell and Milanovic were able to put together here tonight. So the Tiger Cats lose in their first game out of a bye for the first time in 3 seasons. Next game for the Tiger Cats, kind of interesting how the schedule is worked out. They had a bye. They played Edmonton on Thursday, and now they don't play until a week from Saturday. So they've got a lot of time to fix some things, heal up. That will be a road game in BC, but it is a 7 o'clock Eastern time start. So it's an early start in BC local time, but Eastern time it's 7 o'clock, and we will have that game for you on the Ticats Audio Network. The Elks get their first win of the season, 24-10. They beat the Tiger Cats. Tiger Cats postgame with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantus is coming up next for our producer, Jake Varco, our statistician, Jeff Girodat, our operator, Michael Steyer, and of course for Luke Tasker, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Streaming live at listen.ticats.ca. This is the Ticats Audio Network.